Hey everybody, it's Gail and I'm here today with a new sweater. I haven't done a sweater in a while, I don't think. Anyway, this is the Autumn Equinox sweater. It was designed by NT Maglia for Interweave Crochet. It was in one of their 2019 issues. Interweave Crochet went under in 2021, very unfortunately. I always very much liked it. The pattern is still available on the Interweave website, so I'll be linking to that down in the basement. And just a reminder before we get into the make of everything, patterns on Interweave are usually $8, and a monthly subscription, a 1 month subscription to like the special bonus features on Interweave is $10. And if you pay that $10, you can download all the patterns you want for free. Do with that what you will. So anyway, let's get into the actual build of this. So this is made in a DK weight yarn. The original yarn for the pattern was wool, and you can tell from the pattern photo, hopefully it's big enough that you can see it. You can see the structure of the wool in here, that it is a wool that's got a little bit of built-in structure. I used Lion Brand Trubu, which is 100% bamboo, so I'm a little floppier. But I think I'm also a little floppier due to sizing, which we'll get into in a minute. So the way that you make this is you make the front and the back basically the same. The last 4 rows of the front, that is when you do the neck shaping, so you can add the turtleneck. And then what you do, you mark a certain row on the front and the back as you're working. In my case, I made the 45-inch around size. I put my markers at row 28. It differs depending on what size you need. And then what you do is you work double crochets up over from row 28 all the way up to the top of the front, and then you attach on the back and you work all the way over to row 28 on the back. And I found the best way to do that, because it's one of those that you need to do a certain amount of stitches evenly over the sides of other stitches. I did a single crochet. I did 1 double crochet in the first stitch, 2 double crochets in the next, and then I repeated that around to the end. And at the end, I ended up with the last 2 stitches, I think being the last 2 stitches were 2 double crochet in one and 3 double crochet in the final one. And that got me close enough, basically, so that when I did start working it and started going back and forth in the rows, it evened out really easily. You can see there's no weird bulk or anything going on. So that would be my tip for getting those done evenly. That's something I always struggle with. And then the turtleneck and the sleeves are both just worked in front post, back post, front post, back post. And then on the sleeves, let me see if I can get you. Yeah, you can see it here. So right here, what's going on, and it's happening on both sides, is that you are decreasing 1 stitch every row. And you are doing that by either decreasing with a front post double crochet or a back post double crochet. And the pattern does explain to you how to do that. Very importantly, you want to make sure you're always getting those last 2 stitches together in the right direction. So every other row, it's either going to be, you need to put those 2 stitches into a front post double crochet decrease or a back post double crochet decrease. And it really, you just need to keep that in mind, because that otherwise will throw off your pattern. And so then your ribbing will get off kilter. And then the neck, you just work straight up for 14 rows. And I made this exactly to pattern, because I do like to do that with patterns. If I had been making it just for myself and not to, show it to you guys, I probably would have stopped about here. I probably would have taken a couple inches off the top, because it's just kind of, and I mean, it does roll down, it's a turtleneck. That looks very cute. I got no notes on it. It's just, I think with the wool, it would maybe drape a little differently. And this Trubu bamboo from Lion Brand is beautiful. It's very soft. I had occasional but not often splitting issues, and I think that says a lot, especially with this open work stitch that you're doing over and over. And I do really like it. The wool, like I said, would give it a little more structure, I think. But the other thing about this is a sweater that is noted in the pattern for being plus size. And one of the ways that you do that, besides just following the pattern to the measurements, is that this is all made on an L hook. So DK weight yarn is usually working on like a 4mm hook, maybe a 4.5. An L hook is 8mm, so you're doubling the size of the hook, and that did get a little annoying because when you're doing this sort of open work and all of your chain stitches are big, I had a little trouble always finding where I needed to go with my next stitch at the beginning, but I got used to it. And I have to say, in terms of the general fit, I'm not disappointed. I was afraid that it was going to be one of those things where they had styled it so it looks, just perfect in the magazine, but then when you put it on a human body without a stylist nearby, it's not going to look quite right. And frankly, overall, it looks pretty close. It skims my hips the way that I need. Now, it is a little bigger in the sleeves than it is in the pattern photo, and it's a little looser up here than in the pattern photo. But the reason for that is not because the pattern is badly written or doesn't or is tricking you into making something that's going to fit weird. It's because I need 45 inches to get around my hips. And my chest is only 37 inches now. I had to count. And so that means because I don't have my upper half no longer matches my bottom half. If you've been watching my videos a long time, I had a breast reduction back in 2023, and these used to be out here, and this is not an exaggeration. My chest was, I think, 45 inches around when I finally got to get most of it removed. And so if I had that 45-inch chest to go with my 45-inch hips, this would be a really cute hourglass sort of look. But because I have 46-inch hips, as a matter of fact, there is a little bit of room for space here, which is nice. I have 46-inch hips and a 37-inch bust. It's a little loosey-goosey on the top half. Nothing wrong with it. I can still wear it. It still looks really cute, but it looks a little different than it would look were I more equally shaped out. That's close enough. You know what I mean. So yeah, I really liked it. It's a fairly easy pattern. I don't recall any issues with it. I didn't catch, I don't remember any errors. And my biggest gripe is that working with that L hook, and this bamboo is very slippery yarn. The L hook was made of plastic, so there were some complications that were my problem, not anything with the pattern. I really feel like there was one more thing I was going to tell you, and I cannot remember. Hold on. We've talked about the size, we've talked about the yarn, we've talked about the style, It does catch on things, that's what it is, which, of course, if you've worked with any sort of open work stitch, you're like, of course it catches on things, but I literally just caught it on the ring light while I was trying to film. So just, be aware of doorknobs, drawer pulls, that sort of thing. I'm wearing it right now. It's a little cool in here, and I'm very cozy. Bamboo is, of course, temperature regulating, just like wool is. So in terms of fibers to use to make it, you know how I feel about using acrylic for garments that touch the skin, but that's me. That doesn't have to be you. But if you do want something that's going to temperature regulate, because remember, you are doubling up the amount of fabric on the arms and on the neck with the ribbing. Bamboo, here it is. Wool is going to give you a little more structure. So if you want a slightly more structured look like it shows in the pattern, you're going to want to do that. And anything like that. Linen, I think this would be great in linen, although it wouldn't be very warm because linen is so breathable. But if you're going to wear it to, go to the movies where it might be chilly but not cold, do whatever. You know what you're doing. You know what you like. Okay, yeah, I think that's it here. As always, if you enjoy what I do, please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, all of that fun stuff, and I will see you when I see you.